we've been doing so many Sunday shows, I figured why stop? It's Sunday night. You got something better to do? I didn't think so. So let's turn on the Christmas room, come in and say hello to whoever's floating around out there. You floating around out there? Well, you just come right in and say hello. Is today a special day for you? Well, let everybody know. This is my, like a smoothie with a protein powder in it. A little bit dessertish, you know. I put a little scoop of chocolate cocoa powder. And it's something I kind of enjoy. So that is what I've got going on. I usually regret it when I say this, but this is not going to be a long show. It's just a Sunday gathering, get together. Let's see what we got going on. I also have a video that I recorded bits and pieces of today. And I'm editing it. It's basically a follow-up on the Nikon ZF camera. The rumor is really nice. The problem is I like the rumor too much, which makes me think the rumor's not real. That it's actually a fake. So that could be a problem. So let's see. Did we go live yet? Yes, we did. Here we go. We did go live. Now the question is it listed or unlisted? Seems like a few of us like to make those mistakes. That we're listed or we're not listed. This tastes very nice. So this show is August 13th. And maybe I should put the year so that nobody's really confused. I don't think anyone is confused. But anyway. Almost done with my smoothie. So it's 10, 12, or 13. I can't tell. With these glasses, they need to be cleaned. So let's say it's 10, 12, 13. And that means in the middle of the country it's 9. And on the West Coast, it would be 7:13. So whether you're in the United States or in Canada on the west side, it's 7:13. I put some cinnamon in my smoothie this time, which is very interesting. I haven't put cinnamon in my smoothie in a long time. This is supposed to be under and over like that. I've always seemed to be playing with the collars, or whatchamacallit. There we go. That feels more normal. That feels better. So that means it's the morning. Actually, it's plus 12 hours for Australia, which makes it 10 in the morning plus 2. It makes it like noontime. So down in Brisbane and other places that are in the Australia area, we are in actually hits the spot. So let's take a look over here. And I'm looking at a website now. I'm looking at the ZF Rumors, NikonRumors.com. So that actually looks like a very appealing camera to me, which is what makes me feel, that's not going to happen. It's just, you know, I'm almost at the end of my little drink here. There we go. Down the bottom. Ah. I'll just put it over here. It's got to go to the sink. Now I can pay attention to the show a little bit better. Now, no, there's got to be another drop down there. It was that last drop that I needed. Okay, so welcome to Sunday night. It's a special night. We've got what makes the night special? Just the fact that you're here. And even if you're watching this when it gets processed over again by YouTube, and then they put it back on and it's full glory, 4K. Well, we are 4K, so I am recording 4K. So that is not a thing. So, oh, Ray says, hi, Peter, how you doing? Peter, that's an interesting way to spell that. But it shouldn't be Peter. It's not. I'm not a crying guy. When was the last time you cried, Ray? Do you cry often? Or like you're one of those that cry a lot, or you never cry? So I like the beginning of it. Peter. We'll keep working on that. We'll arrive at something that is pretty cool. So, wait, I can put it up here. Are you going to change that avatar, dude? You've got a beautiful face. You've got a beautiful body. You've got a beautiful personality. Why are you doing that to yourself with an avatar like that? Put the camera on. Put the self timer on. No, don't even do that. You know what? Put the camera on 4K. Good idea. That's how I make my thumbnails. You just, after I'm finished recording, I'll finish and then I'll go. I'll do it with both hands. I have to remember to turn off the sign that says Panasonic S5 Mark II or whatever that's up there, because that's usually in the way. Now, if you do it in 4K, you can extract. Do you use Final Cut Pro? What's the software that you use to... you're not paying monthly, are you? Seriously? Now, then you just click on a frame that you happen to like, fix it up, because I know in Final Cut Pro I can adjust the colors, I can bump up the midtones, you pull down maybe the highlights or the shadows, whatever it takes to make it look, then extract that image. And you basically get a JPEG that's your new avatar. Because the one that you've got, it looks kind of gray, which means it was a little bit hard for you to take a picture of yourself. You needed a friend like me or somebody else to be there, you know, make you laugh a little bit, tickle you a little bit, and then take some pictures so that you can have some pictures. But it just dawned on me while I'm saying this that you could do the same thing. Just sit in front of your camera, set it to record in 4K, set your lighting up. You could do that. Doesn't even have to be inside. It could be outside. And do the different poses that you might want to do. Something like that, you know, or something like that. And then you could use these, make sure your face is aiming towards the correct camera, obviously. If you've got more than one camera going, that would be, you know, you're going to make an avatar for yourself looking at that camera when it's that one that's recording. That's pretty funny. Um, I had a feeling, Ray. He says, my boring avatar is supposed to be halfway ironic. There's just too much to you for you to leave it like that. There's, it keeps people's expectations of my personality low. But I do get most of my YouTube thumbnails directly from the videos. See, isn't that a cool idea? So you could do that with your avatar, but it's like, that's not flattering. And who has expectations of you, honestly? Who would have an expectation of you that can yank your chain? Who can grab you and take you down? There's no one. You live in your own place. Maybe your parents or siblings, that type of thing. So don't be afraid to let people have high expectations. Just march to your own drum. Like my psychologist told me when I was going to a psychologist years ago, and this was a Christian one, and he was the only one that ever helped me, but he had really good sayings. Don't put your sail in anybody else's wind. So it's almost like you sound like you might be a little bit not confrontational, or you don't like confrontation. So you're afraid to say no. Well, practice. Say no. I want you to come visit me. You said no. You just broke my heart. Okay, so just don't let other people guide your life. Let yourself have the freedom to be happy. You purposely dumb it down because it's kind of like if it gets too high, I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. Don't live like that. I have done that for so long. Don't wait for the next shoe to drop. If the next shoe's going to drop, it's going to drop anyway, Ray. It really will. And if it's not going to drop, guess what? It's not going to drop. So don't allow yourself to be a downer. Don't allow your personality to be a downer, because there's a joyful boy inside of that man's body. You're just squelching the poor kid. Let the kid out. Let him enjoy. Let him laugh. Let him enjoy. Have some expectations. They're not going to be met. It's just the way life is. Okay? I don't know if you're a Christian. Oh, you told me you're not. Okay? You don't believe in anything. But as Christians, okay, we want to be joyful and sing in church and stuff like that. And the truth is, everyone's going to be let down. You've got to, when I say you, I'm not preaching at you, okay? You're just too lovely of a personality to live with your button set to morbid. Don't be morbid. Wake up and laugh. When you're sitting there alone in your apartment right now, laugh. For no reason, just laugh. It gets endorphins going. You're very sweet and you're very kind, and I've talked to you on the phone, so I'm not just making this BS up. And you're willing to engage in a conversation. You're afraid to get shot down. You can't let yourself get shot down. You can't get shot down unless you let yourself get shot down. Choose not to get shot down. Even if the most important person in the world, and I don't know who that is, okay, just makes mincemeat out of you, just chews you up and spits you out, grow a pair, stand up, and walk away. It's your choice. That's the one thing you're depriving yourself of. And I'm here. This is a one-on-one. There's nobody else in here. Okay? You are depriving yourself of yourself. Don't deprive yourself of yourself. Let yourself free. Just set yourself free. Don't become dangerous or anything like that. Okay? If you've got hatreds and things that have stewed for years, throw those away. They don't help you. Okay? Choose to be happy. It's a choice. Choose to be happy. Even when everything is terrible, you could still choose to be happy. That's a hard time to choose to be happy. Actually, when was it? I think it was yesterday. There's a bunch of things that went wrong. And sometimes what I do, I just go to bed. it's like I'm just going into a sadness, and I don't even want to deal with that. So I'll go to bed, and I'll try to go to sleep, you know. But that's the hard time to choose. I'm going to get up and do something that I normally would do or even want to do, like cut the grass. Who's looking to cut the grass? Well, I actually enjoy cutting the grass because I kind of like machines, so it gives me a little bit of a joy. Now, I know you're living in an apartment, so you don't have grass to cut, okay? But I can't let you go into sadness because you've got too good of a heart, and there's too much built inside of your heart and inside of your brain. Your comedy is a little on the dark side, but that's okay. It's not a problem. But it's not comedy. What is it that when you're quick, your wit is so fast. Your wit is so good. You know, you could have been a stand-up comedian. So you choose. You're allowing yourself. You got to tell yourself, no, I'm not going to allow that. You're allowing yourself to choose to be sad. Don't allow yourself to make that choice. Choose to be happy. What's it going to cost you? A nickel? A dime? A dollar? Choose to be happy for a half hour and see what happens. Because I think there's a happy boy. When I say boy, I mean somebody that can believe in stuff that's just not possible. You know, like I can believe that you know, some rich uncle is going to die and leave me millions of dollars. Now, there's no choice. Okay, so you say to me, Peter, you have to live in reality. No, you don't have to live in reality because reality is not real. So make your own reality. Choose to be happy. Laugh. I've seen you laugh. I have. Your face brightens up amazing when you break out into a smile. You purposely try to be dull and boring. Don't practice that. Practice being happy and let your face shine, even if you got nothing to shine about. Call me up. We'll have a good time on the phone. Okay, we both have our own problems, but you know, when you get with somebody else and you talk with them and they don't listen to your bullshit, like I'm not going to listen to your bullshit, okay, about how sad you are and things never worked out. Well, for some people, they work out. They just work out, and I can't believe how they do. And for some people, they don't. But the one thing that is never taken away is your choice, your own personal choice to have your own either joy or sadness. So, I don't know. Personally in my heart, I'd like to see you be that rambunctious, joyful person. I know you're in your 30s, but you're still a teenager at heart. You're a kid. Let the kid have fun. Why are you stopping the kid from having fun? Okay, don't become irresponsible. Don't go out and sign on the dotted line for a new Corvette, all right? I'm not saying to be irresponsible. But let that kid out. Let him have a good time because he's in there. I saw him. You can't hide it. I saw him, okay? Anyway, I love you. So, Jeff is here. Good day. How are you? How has your weekend been? I had a great up day and a great down day. Okay? And I'm preaching basically to Ray, but I'm kind of talking to myself in a certain way because I have succumbed to, like what you said, Jeff. You made a mess and you didn't want to clean the ding-dong mess up. So you came in and you just spent some time with me and we just put the mess aside. That's what I'm telling you, Ray. Put the mess aside. Come in here and have a good time. Just a little bit, okay? And enjoy yourself. I want you to be a happy guy. I really do. If you want to call me, you've got my email. Send me your phone number and I'll call you, okay? And we'll just have a little chit-chat on the phone. You want to cry on my shoulder? Go ahead. It's been cried on a lot. You want to laugh together? I'd like to do that. So, Jeff, this is my tomorrow. You're talking to me from my tomorrow, and that is cool. So, What made me want to come on tonight? Oh, I saw Louis Lazuka made a video that either today or tomorrow or yesterday was his birthday. So I actually want to sing happy birthday to Louis. I love Louis. He's had the School of Hard Knocks. He's carrying a really big weight on his shoulder, and things go wrong and it knocks him down, you know. So Louis is good with sadness. He allows himself to get sad and cry, but Louis allows himself to laugh. He allows himself to be joyful also. And that's what we have to do. We have to allow ourselves to be joyful, be happy, even when there's no frickin' reason to be happy, okay? Because as a Christian, we believe death is going to happen unless you're here for the rapture. Now, you've got some wonky religions that say weird things happen when you die. But the basic Christian religion says when you die, you're going to heaven or, okay? And the basis of that is not really you. The basis of that is someone else. That's what Christianity is about. So some guys can't let loose of the fact that someone else is in charge of them, but that's what Christianity says. You're not in charge of yourself. There's someone else in charge of you, and that is God. And whether you go to heaven or hell is not based on your own self, because that's what people try to do. That's what the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Seventh-day Adventists, the Mormons, it's based on their works. Have you been good? Did you give that guy the $1 that you passed on the street? Did you give that guy a meal? Did you give him a hamburger? So you got a few McDonald's hamburgers in your bag. What did you buy McDonald's hamburgers for? Give him one of your hamburgers. That's what those religions are telling you. That's not what Christianity is about. Christianity is not about you or me at all. It's about somebody else. And was that other guy a good guy? Did he follow through? And did he win or lose? And now you hitch your wagon to his star. And that's what Christianity is about. So Ray, become a Christian. Receive Jesus and say, I hook my wagon to Jesus. I'm not responsible for me anymore. When I die, I go to heaven because of Jesus. Or I go to hell because of Jesus. And Jesus already won. He was resurrected, so it's not hell. It's heaven. So Matt's in here. He's in here, and he's saying hi. Hi, Matt. What you doing? What's going on? And what did you do on Sunday? I don't know what time zone you're in. So if you're on the other, where it's daytime and the next day, well, good morning. If you're over here and your night is still coming, I hope you have a very good evening. So that is what we've got. Now, how do I turn on my reverb? Because I want to sing happy birthday to Louis. And I want to hold the mic. Because it feels good to hold the mic. See, I allowed myself to have a good feeling with a stinking mic that's almost 60 years old. Now, that's childish, right? I allow myself to be childish. Now, let me hit my button so I can sing happy birthday to Louis. And maybe he'll watch this. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Louis Lazuka. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Louis, I love you. Hey, Louis, I love you. Hey, Louis, I love you. Happy birthday to you. How old are you, Louis? How old are you, Louis Lazuka? How old are you, Louis? Happy birthday to you. We all love you, dear Louis. We all love you, dear Louis. We all love you, dear Louis. Happy birthday, my friend. Chamber off. We are now back to the dry, non-bouncy reverb room. And here we go. So I did what I wanted to do. I sang happy birthday for Lewis. It's Sunday night. I had my smoothie when nobody else was in here, but I did record it. So if you're watching this later, guess what? You'll get... Wait, there's another drop down there. Peter, how can you be so happy about an empty glass with one drop down there? Practice it, Ray. Practice being happy about an empty glass that's only got one drop left. You know what? Because one drop becomes two. Every time I lean back, even though it looks empty, I get another drop of my chocolate smoothie that's got some half and half in there. So my creamy chocolate smoothie. All right, so mission accomplished. I sang happy birthday to Lewis, hopefully on his birthday. And I did turn off the reverb. And the reason I'm checking that is I recorded a whole video this afternoon like this. And when the sun don't shine, it don't shine. And when it does, it does. And I want to explain to you the benefits of the sun shining and the benefits of a rainy day. And I did the whole show with the chamber reverb turned on. And I tried so hard to figure out how do I fix that. I mean, I recorded it. I did a good job. I came to the conclusion the only thing I could do is laugh at myself. And I did. And then I recorded it all over again. So now I'm working on editing that. I just came on live for a few minutes to sing happy birthday to Luai, Luai. Oh, I forgot the rest of the song. Luai, Luai. I love you. I'll write my own words if I can't figure them out. Alrighty, so that's about it. I can't really think of anything else I want to say or talk about. I got on Ray's case. He's probably pissed at me now, but I love you, Ray. I really love you, dude. You're somebody I've known for quite a while now, okay? So I know I took a little liberty. I want you to be happy inside. You could leave the face ugly. You could, I don't mean ugly. You're handsome. You're a beautiful looking guy, okay? But you could leave the face ugly. You can have that that ghetto look where it's not ghetto. What do they call that? Emo. You know, that's okay. But inside there, I care enough about you where I want you to be happy. So I just spent a lot of time just railing on poor Ray, and he still comes back. You know why? Because he loves me too, all right? And Jeff, I got to say hi. He's still busy cleaning up his mess over there in Australia. Matt came up and said hello. And so what was my video that I recorded today? I wanted to get it up by this evening, because like I said, I had my microphone set to singing, which has got the reverb, which means everything that I did was a complete flub. So I did it over, and I just started to re-edit it, because you kind of just stand there and look at a video that's complete, and it just seems abnormal that it can't actually be saved. But it can't. Okay. So I'm going to turn that crisping on, because I did download it. And noise cancellation, I'm going to turn it on. And noise cancellation, I think I just turned it on. So that means I can just lean back, and you won't hear the fans or the air conditioner or anything like that. And I'm not sure if I need to turn on the noise cancellation or not. I'm not sure. Where is Sly when I need to ask her, how do I turn this thing on? So I turn the noise cancellation on. It says no. Okay, so do I turn it on? No, it's not a choice. So I guess that's something only if I pay for it. So now you should not hear anything outside my voice. And they only give you 60 minutes a day on this. It's called CRISP, KRISP, and they time you. And after 60 minutes, you no longer are on that. I'm wondering if I have to turn on the crisp microphone. Maybe I do. Okay, I turned on the crisp microphone. So I don't know. Uh, Noise cancellation is on. Oh, I got a thing that actually alerts me. So now you no longer hear anything from the background. You only get, meaning me, I only get 60 minutes of this. And after 60 minutes, it just stops. So it's actually got a countdown timer that's running now. Yay! So we have the crisp actually running, and that means I can turn the volume all the way up. Done. And I just burped. Maybe it didn't put the burp in there. Who knows? So there we go. Now, how do I turn? So I don't want to see this. It's blocking. There you go. Alrighty. So the video that I did today is there's supposed to be a new camera coming from Nikon. There's an old camera, 12, 15 years old, called the DF, like DEF, okay? And it doesn't have anything pertaining to video. It's supposed to be a picture taker camera. And they've decided they're not going to just keep it as a picture taker camera, according to the rumors. So there's things in this rumor that trigger the old feelings that I had when I got tricked once before. A long time ago, I got tricked. I actually believed a rumor, and most of the internet believed a rumor. It was on a Canon camera. And I actually prepared by selling my equipment, and the rumor wound up being false. So when the rumor wound up being false, I said to myself, no, that's not going to happen again. Okay. So now I see this rumor, and I can't help but picture a bunch of boys. And I don't mean 10-year-olds, could be 10-year-olds, okay? But probably 15, 20-year-olds. They're into cameras, and they made up their own rumor because you actually send the rumor into the rumor site. So Canon rumors, I can make up a complete rumor. There's going to be a firmware update for the R5 camera, and it completely eliminates all overheating. And the way that they did that is they took it and they changed uh, the processor so that if you're not using the whole processor, it powers down part of the processor. And that removes most of the heat because most people don't use the full power of the processor. I'm making up a rumor, okay? So by reducing the what the processor and the juice that it does is you can take more pictures, the battery will last a lot longer, and it won't generate hardly any heat at all. Now, when you draw on the processor, it's going to come to life. It's like those car engines where they go 2, 4, and 6 cylinders. When you're on the highway, you don't need any more than 2 cylinders to keep yourself running. So it turns off the other cylinders, and therefore you save gasoline. Well, Canon has come up with a way that if you're not using the processor power, it shuts it down. And the camera no longer overheats. You can run it in 4K all day and all night, and it won't matter at all. Now, if you switch over to 8K, it will take up the full power of the processor, and therefore it will bring the heating levels up. But they've even made some adjustments on that already where the heating actually almost doesn't matter. And then the other part of the firmware is if you are actually out in the sun and the sun is actually beating on the camera, it won't allow you to go into 8K mode. So therefore, even out in direct sunlight, you're not going to get any overheating on the camera at all. And Canon is also saying that they're going to trickle that down to some of their other cameras, like the R8, which overheats 2 minutes and the camera shuts off. My friend Justin has been able to do that. So that technology is going to trickle down where they're going to come up with a firmware for the Canon R8 where that camera will not overheat even in the direct sunlight. Okay. So I'm going to write everything I just said. I'm going to send it into Canon Rumors, and I'm going to not sign it because I'm going to send it anonymous. And when I send it anonymous, they're going to say, we actually got a tip from an insider that knows that there's new firmware with a new way to use the processors. So I can make up my own rumor. So I am skeptical of rumors now because of that one that happened. So I just made up a fantastic rumor. They could actually do what I just said. They could power down the processor, except it's all fiction. I just made it up on the spot. All right. It's not real. Don't anybody get excited. That's not going to happen. Canon is not going to do anything like that. But that's how these rumors actually come down the pike. And because you can submit a rumor anonymously, you could basically say anything you want. So when I see these rumors, like the one on the ZF, there's enough in there to make me wonder. But there's also enough in me that makes me like, I would like a camera like that. I hope the rumor is true. So what Nikon should really be doing is Nikon should be actually working on the Z6 update. So the Z6 camera was on a few minutes ago. I have the original Z6 and it works beautifully, honestly. And there's a Z6 Mark II, and Randy has that camera. And I got my eye on Randy's camera. I might steal it from him. Okay. So he's got the Z6 II. And I was disappointed in the Z6 II because you were not able to do 60 frames per second in video in the Z6 Mark II. But they did what I did not know is they did a firmware later and they added that to the camera. Oh my God, that's amazing. So, the Z6 II is out, but it's a 3-year-old camera, 2 years or three. And what they badly need in the marketplace. So if you were going to go to a show, it's going to be at the convention center, okay? And everybody's got their newest and bluest, and it's all out as all these convention people come and they're walking through the convention and they come to everybody's booth and you come to Nikon's booth and what's the new thing that Nikon has? A $4,000 camera. Not bad. And the camera is pretty good. How about middle of the road, that something that I would buy or you would buy? No, we don't have anything new. It's 3-year-old technology. Really? Well, we're going to come out with a camera just for those people that like to do street photography. It just seems like a bad choice for the cash register. The cash register is kind of like an important thing, which is why I will say to you now and in the future and in the past, use my links. It actually puts money in my account if you buy something. So if you're going to buy a battery, click on the link to Adorama and buy the battery at Adorama. You're going to buy a lens, click any link to Adorama. They track you for 12 hours. So don't click on anybody else's link. That's all. And then when you buy something in the next 12 hours, I get that commission. It's not a lot of money, so don't think that I'm taking money out of your pocket. It does nothing to hurt the sales price that you're going to pay. Okay. Oh, so Jeff is here, and pop 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 pop. Okay. The circle of control we call what's in your circle. You have control outside of the circle. You do not, all right. You have control inside the circle, but you don't have control outside the circle. So, what's that old prayer? Lord, help me to know the difference between what I can change and what I can't change. Okay. And Jeff is saying it in a different way, in a way to get me confused. Okay. So, what he is saying, you have control of what we call what's in your circle. You have no control outside your circle. You only have control inside your circle. Thank you, Jeff. Words of wisdom. And Jeff is in the car. He's driving. So I'm not moving, Jeff, so you're not missing anything. If I fly around the room, I'll let you know so you can pull over and I'll give you a heads up so you can watch me fly. All right. On the road heading up to North Queens Island Coast for a short break. break away. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff. Okay. So where was I? I was talking about being let down with the rumor. So I kind of like the rumor because I actually do like the Nikon cameras. They serve me well. I'll point over there and it will unfocus just when I was doing the pointing, right? You saw it start to unfocus when it comes back around again. Okay. Now, the power of the new focus system here is I could do the same thing and we don't unfocus unless I break my my face. So if I put my hand up here, I broke the line of sight to my face. Now, if the camera is designed to focus on the face, but if I stay outside the circle of my face, okay, it won't break it. I can point over there, I can point over there, I can have lots of gesticulations and tell you how happy I am. And it's just a wonderful day in the neighborhood. And who is that? Mr. Rogers that would do that. And the focus just stays. That's the power of this focus system. Now, a person needs to know how to make it do that. All right. Because Sony will give you a button right built into the camera, on, off. Okay. And what Nikon failed to do was give you an eyes on, eyes off. They failed to give you a button for that. Okay. Now the good news is you can make your own button. So I did. I put the function button on the front, and I actually made the button eyes on, eyes off, eyes on, eyes off, and so I kind of made it more like the Sony. But Sony builds it in. What the shame is Panasonic should have built that in because they actually have a dedicated button for the focus system. And it's on the back next to the joystick to your left if you're looking at if you happen to have the camera. That button that's for your focus system. When you push that button, you can change it from a tracking mode to a wide area mode to a narrow area mode. You can turn on the face and eye detection, and you can turn it off. Well, if you can do that, Peter, what are you bitching about, huh? Okay. Well, the problem is you need the in between because you can turn on human and animal detection and turn that off. What needs to be in there? Hello, Panasonic, wake up. Wake up the engineers. Okay, everybody out of bed. We need to add the ability to turn on human and animal and face in that dedicated button. If there's a dedicated button to it, why isn't it in there? Logic dictates that that's where it would be residing, but it's not. It's buried in another menu. So you actually have to dedicate a button to it. And then the focus system is right at the top. Okay. I could say it's as good as the Sony, or I could say it's not as good as the Sony. Ah, Kyle's here. Kyle is storming pretty bad here. Boy, you guys had your share of are having your share. Button, who's got the button? I got the button. I finally got the button. Okay, so that's exciting for me to have the button. So uh that's the video I'm trying to make. Okay. I'm trying to make a video on that, and I'm having a difficult time because do you care? No. When I get it done, your job is to support me. When I put a new video up on the big channel, go give it a thumbs up, make a comment, and then YouTube sees, oh, there's activity here. We'll recommend it. Okay. So that's what we've got going. And Mark is here. How was your weekend, Peter? It's almost over. It is almost 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. So, are you on Chicago time or my time? So, are you almost at 10 o'clock, 9:54 or 10:54? Because I think Chicago's got an hour difference, right? But I'm not quite sure. I'm not up on my time maps. So my weekend was good. I had an up day. I had a down day. I got sad, depressed. I just went to bed, took a nap, slept it off. Then I came in here and recorded a video, and the whole thing was bad because I had the reverb turned on by accident, and I could not salvage that. Once the reverb is baked in, it's baked in. So I just finished re-recording it, and I started editing it, and I came over and I said, why don't I turn on the cameras and say hello to everybody? Hi, everybody. What you doing? So that's what's going on in the Christmas room and in the Christmas room house. And uh, I can't think of, last night we went to my brother's for dinner, and my brother surprised us and made a steak called picanha. I don't know what picanha steak is, but it was the best steak I've ever had. It's supposed to be something Brazilian. So, your quick takeaway from that is if you ever have an opportunity to have picanha, do it. It's that good. I'm still burping from my smoothie. I developed another drop. Mmm. The drops just keep coming. So, my brother made picanha steak, and I'm not. Steak is usually too tough when other people make it. You see, I have trouble with my teeth, so I spent like almost $14,000 to get it all repaired, and now I've had three of them fall out. I got them; they're on my night table. I just have to go to the dentist and either get them put back in and stuff like that. But it's a problem for me to go to the dentist. Okay, me and the dentist, we're what's the saying? We're not like that. Okay, we're not bosom buddies. I won't be sleeping in his bed. All right. So it's something I got to get fixed. I am a little self conscious about it, but it is what it is. Okay. Um, so I had to re record the whole thing. And then while I was editing and I started editing, I was looking at some videos, and I noticed it was Louis Lazuka's birthday. So I wanted to come on, say hi to you all. I wanted to sing happy birthday to Louis Lazuka. And you guys can actually say happy birthday to Louis. You guys know who he is. Okay. Um, Charles is here. And how you doing, Charles? He was here a whole freaking week in Miami. And bad boy Peter just couldn't find the time to get together with him. It, it is what it is. I could get sad. I can apologize, but it is what it is. And I had to do what I needed to do, and that is turning into a bigger problem than I thought. Okay, we're repairing a hole or a problem in the roof in the garage, and they inadvertently made a hole. No, that's the wrong way to go. It's supposed to be fixing the hole. So that's what got me down. Okay, you go to fix it, you're spending money on it, and it gets worse. Who plans those things out like that? Okay. So that's how my weekend went. So I'm actually editing this video that should be up tonight or tomorrow. And that's another, it is what it is kind of a moment, because I'm just sitting back in the chair so I can relax while I'm talking to you guys. So Charles is still in Miami Beach. How's the weather out there? I'm sitting in a garage all day without even an air conditioner. Dang. Should get you to come sit in the garage with me. You wouldn't like it. But I think you said you had family that came down, so hopefully your family, maybe you're going back to get tomorrow. Uh, so uh, so that's what's going on over here. I remade the video. The reverb was not on. I hope the reverb is not on now. The light's off, which means the reverb is off. That's an important thing. Okay. What I should do is I had an idea on how to fix that for my own mind, but you wouldn't matter to you guys, so don't worry about it. I'm gonna turn them all off, and then when I actually want the reverb, then I will actually just go over and turn it on purpose. Then I won't have spent 30 minutes recording a video that was completely and totally unusable. So that's about it. You guys got something you want to talk about? How was your weekend? You want to tell me? I want to listen. I want to hear. I want to be nosy. What did you do? Who did you do it with? How long have you been doing it? Did you have a good time doing it? I hope so. Mark, what did you do this weekend? You're an hour behind, so you get to live this hour all over again. So, what did you do Saturday? What did you do Sunday? Did you enjoy doing it? And are you having a work session tonight with your computer, or are you out and about in the city of Chicago? Ah, so Charles says his family came down and just left 2 hours ago. I will be here in Miami Beach for another week. You're going to get tanned. That's excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Maybe we could try to get together this week, but don't hang your hat on that, Charles. The roof got worse, and I'm very very peeved at that. So, well, I'm glad they came down to see you. Uh, Kyle said the cleaning ladies broke my lens. Oh my God! So Kyle, if I'm not mistaken, has an R7, which is pretty brand new. Okay, so with it being new, that's actually bad news. So either did it break the mount on the lens, or did it break the mount on the camera where the metal? They're both metal. So that's pretty bad. You did text me that. I called you right away, immediately, and I actually left a message for you. So you and your phone are not getting along, big boy. Okay. So trying to reach you is a little on the difficult side, but that's okay. That means you're busy, which makes me very happy that you're busy because a lot of times we get bored. And I'm pretty sure Kyle would get bored too. Kyle is subcultured, outcast. Okay. So it's not a good feeling when you get bored, but what are you going to do? You're going to have to go turn on a TV show, or you're going to have to go record a video, edit some videos, record a storm. So those cleaning ladies need a spanking. So the mount on the lens. So that means you don't have to send the camera in, but maybe only on the lens. That's good. So if you have another lens, you can still use the camera. Now I don't know if you have another lens, uh, but that'll make it so you can actually have use of your camera. I turned the sound off on my phone. Well, I called you and I left you a message. I told you I loved you, and I hope you hear the recording. Okay, because it's the time when you texted me and you told me that they broke the mount. So that would have been on Thursday because I know the cleaning ladies come on Thursday. Okay, but I think you told me on Friday. So Jim is here. Hi, Peter. Good Sunday evening. This is just a laid back where I get to talk about anything I want. And I did. So, so Kyle says he has a wide angle. He also said NFL season is on. Oh, that's right. This is August. I'm not into football, so I didn't even know, Kyle. Thank you for telling me. So the Dolphins lost. Well, they're a bunch of fish. What can I tell you? I don't really care. If I'm going to root for someone, it's going to be somebody that, because I live here, it would be the Dolphins, or I have friends there, which would be Texas, the Dallas, or there's some teams. But NFL is so screwed up, I don't really give a rat's. Oh, ooh, Peter, you weren't going to say that, were you? I really don't. I really don't care. Okay. Now that it's a reason for the boys to get together and spill drinks and have pretzels and all kinds of fattening things and have a good old time. And that's what it's there for. But they could take the NFL completely away and throw it down the toilet. And I would say, good, they deserve it, honestly. And that's the way I feel. And I'm entitled to my feelings. And you could be excited as hell, okay, to watch football, and that's good for you. I'm glad. I'm glad it's something that's there for you. It's not there for me, okay? So he's got a wide angle lens, so your camera's not out. That means you can, if you get bored enough, you can actually go and make a video with your Canon R7. Canon's been coming out with some very cool cameras. So the R7 is a really nice camera. If you get tired of it, Kyle, send it here. I'll just babysit it until you need it back. Okay. Um, the R8 is actually a really good camera. Um, I would probably buy the one that's coming up. in 28 seconds, which is this one. If I was going to buy a camera and I was going to spend anything of $1,500 and up, I would probably buy this camera because this camera's got so much in it. There's so much room for the owner to grow into it. You want to learn about something new? Well, by golly, it's in this camera. And you find something else new and it's in that camera. And it's all there waiting for you. Stuff that I've never even actually used. I've never used an anamorphic lens, but I'm looking at them now and I'm going like, I wonder how that gets done. Well, there's a button. It's in this camera and it just turns it on. And there, your anamorphic lens is working. One and done. So that is pretty cool. So now on the R8, it's a lower price, and it's Canon, and you really have to pay attention to what lens system you're going to be building up, because once you buy a lens, it's like buying a piece of jewelry. You buy a watch, and you keep it, and the same thing with the lenses. Unless you get really fed up with a company, and you decide to abandon them completely. So now the Panasonic has put themselves in that position for people that are not liking the company that they're with. They position themselves where there's very little wrong with this camera, and that makes it actually really good. Ray, you still there? Did I tick you off? I notice you're not saying anything. Don't get mad at me. I really do love you and I care. Okay. So, but maybe you went out for dinner. So Mark is saying pretty cool. Here, I'll put it up so we can all could see it. Pretty cool. Had a lot of fun this weekend. That's good. They dumped the rubber duckies in the Chicago River. That was cool. Did you take a camera? Did you actually record some of it? You're going to put it up? You're going to put it up on your channel? You never know what people like want to watch, and your channel is not any bigger than this channel. So I could put up things on this channel that have nothing to do with anything. What do they say? The price of beans. So they dumped the rubber duckies in the Chicago River. I don't know what that means. Is it kind of like a thing they do once a year or something? And does it mean something? So what are we in? We're in August. Does it begin a new season or something like that? It's interesting. I guess I can always go to your channel, shoot MDM, and find out, right? Oh, you didn't put it up there? Oh my goodness. Peter's going to be ignorant. All righty. Anybody else's birthday that you know that's coming up that's a part of our little family here? That's what I sang to Louis Lazuka up in Canada. I sang happy birthday for him. And what am I going to do when I go off now? Well, I'm going to go back to editing, but I brought home some strawberries from last night that they didn't eat. And I have a can of whipped cream. So I'm going to have strawberries with whipped cream, or I'm going to have strawberries with sour cream because I like it both ways. With whipped cream because it's got a little sweetness, and sour cream because it's got a little tartness. And so strawberries and cream. And Jim is going to make uh, his tea, okay, and relax before his week starts. So what they do in Chicago is they dump thousands of rubber duckies in the river to make it look cool and attract people to visit. So thousands is a lot. And does the flow carry them out? So basically, you've got a sea of rubber duckies, and that's not bad. If you didn't record that, Mark, seriously, you need a spanking, dude. That is not someplace you're going to see. Something you're going to see in Miami. You're not going to see it in Fort Lauderdale or Orlando. You're not going to see that in Oklahoma. You're not going to see that in Texas, but you will see it in Chicago. So document stuff like that. I'm sure you got a camera that does video, right? It's not only photographic cameras that you've got. So let's see. I think we're going to finish this now. And I'm going to go have some strawberries and one or another kind of a cream. And all right, so how about this question? What are you going to do? when I'm done? Or are you just, well, I know automatically Jeff is going to keep on driving. Okay. I don't know what Kyle's going to do. I don't know what Jim Monday's going to do. I don't know what Mark's going to do. I know Jeff is driving. I don't know what Matt's going to do. And Ray, I don't know what you're going to do. Okay. So this show is very listenable, like a podcast. So I might not have interrupted anybody in what they're doing at all. Which means I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing. But I had to stop to do this. So I'm going to go and have something to eat. I'm going to get some strawberries. Okay. So, Jim is down here. Exactly. Green tea with honey and lemon before bed. It's becoming a routine. That's pretty cool. So the only suggestion that I can make is something that my mother was doing wrong. Is she was having green tea because somebody told her that green tea will help fight against the cancer. She passed away of cancer. Okay. But she was flying around because all the green tea that she was buying was not decaffeinated. So make sure your green tea is decaffeinated. Or, well, with you, you're going to take your medication and you're going to go out. I don't think it matters. So Mark says, I created a video for TikTok that I plan on releasing. Is it about the rubber duck thing, or is it something completely different? And Roy, you finally got around to coming in and saying hello. Hello. Now that I'm going to leave and go eat my strawberries and cream. So, yeah, what you doing? What you're missing is I'm asking what everybody's doing right now and what you're going to do when I sign off, because I'm ready to sign off and say goodbye, because the taste of the strawberries is getting stronger in my mouth. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of our show. Say happy birthday to Louis Lazuka. I'll stay on for a few minutes. Everybody you all know Louis, and a lot of you actually like Louis. So say happy birthday to Louis now, right now in the comments. Not you, Jeff. You keep driving, okay? Jeff says happy birthday, Louis. All right. So there we go. Sly kicks it off. Happy birthday, Louis. He hasn't come in, but I got on live, Sly, and I sang happy birthday to Louis with my reverb chamber. So she is saying, hi, everybody. Happy birthday, Louis. Happy birthday, Louis. Happy birthday, Louis. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so let's see. Happy birthday, Louis. So Mark says he took with it. Okay, what did I read? Did I mess it up? Oh, I missed the whole comment. It's about the Fujifilm X-H2 camera and the pics I took with it. Okay, that's a very nice camera. You know who's going to be very happy? Charles. Charles, say happy birthday to Louis. Okay. Roy, say happy birthday to Louis. Mark, you know Louis. You've actually had conversations with him right here. I've been watching Three Deers in the Garden, and he actually has been videoing it, right? Jim Monday says happy birthday, Louis. Okay, so here's the deal. I'm going to sing happy birthday to Louis while you actually type happy birthday to Louis. So I have to turn TikTok off. Not TikTok. There we go. The crisp is off. And I need to switch over to my other mic. And now I'm on my other mic. Now I turned on my hall. I'm in the Christmas hall of joy, of joy. Happy birthday to Louis. Write a happy birthday message to Louis. Happy birthday to Louis. Happy birthday, dear buddy pal Louis. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Louis. Happy birthday to you, Louis. Happy birthday, dear Louis Lazuka, my buddy, my friend and pal. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now? How old are you now? How old are you, Louis? Happy birthday to you. So I got to do my birthday song twice for Louis in this video. I'm going to have to retitle this. It's going to be called Happy Birthday, Louis. So I asked everybody, say happy birthday to Louis. Type a little comment that says happy birthday to Louis. Okay, because it's his birthday. Roy said, happy birthday, Louis. Right there. Bop, 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 bop. Happy birthday, Louis, from Roy Bixby. Happy birthday, Louis, from Jim Monday. Happy birthday, Louis, from Sly Reader. Come on, join. Say happy birthday to him. David's here. Birthday on Christmas. Absolutely. Dang, sorry about that, my friend. I was waiting for you, okay? Because I trust you. So I have a question I wanted to ask you. Okay? Nothing to do with what I'm talking about. But my hair gets kind of wild. And a friend of mine said, put a little bit of conditioner like you use in the shower and rub it in your hair. And it'll keep your hair from being like all frazzled and everything. And I said, I'm not sure I believe that. I need to ask somebody I trust. Who do I trust? I not only trust, but I love David. So David is 365 days. He's right there. Okay, so I've been waiting to ask you that question, David, because I believe your answer, because you wouldn't lead me astray. So I did do that. I put a little of the hair conditioner, the kind you use in the shower. Not a lot, very little, like a little dab. I rubbed it around. Then I put a little water to make it a little more liquefied, and I did it on my hair, and I was able to comb my hair almost like I put a styling gel in there. Is that a thumbs up or a thumbs down, David? Like I said, I trust you so I can ask you, and that's why I'm asking my buddy, my pal, my boy. He's my boy, okay? Bop, bop, bop. All right, so Roy says, I wouldn't have mentioned the deers, but I didn't know we had them here. Only kangaroo. Well, that's cool. That's cool. You cannot be using a dryer sheet on you. Oh, I can use a dryer sheet? I got a whole box down there because I don't use them very much. Thank you, Sly. Okay. So David is answering me. The right answer to your question requires a phone conversation. Okay. Then I can call you. If it's okay with you. I don't like to do that. Okay, so a dryer sheet. And Roy says you could use super glue. I did, Roy. I used super glue. Now my hand is stuck in my hair. My hair is perfect. Look, there's no frizzies. They're not flying every which way. I don't know how to get the hand out of my head. That damn super glue. It glued me. Okay. So David says, if you follow my advice, you will have the best hair you ever had. Well, because of my age, I'm going to be 70 years old in October. My hair is kind of dry. Look, if I go like that, it stays out. When I was 25, my hair, the girls and some boys couldn't keep their hands out of my hair. It was like, oh my God, it feels so luxurious in there. Keep your freaking hands off of my head. Now, nobody wants to touch my hair. I'm done. I've had it. Next thing you're going to hear is Peter Gregg died. And you guys are going to go like, oh, we're so sad to hear that. But let's get on with our lives, okay? But don't worry. Don't be sad. I'll be in heaven kicking up a storm because I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior. He's my ticket in. Jesus, not me. God's not going to say, Peter, have you been a good boy? Because I'm going to say, no, I've been a bad boy. I've done a lot of things wrong. But who has been the good boy? It was Jesus. So I'm with Jesus. I'm with him. Okay? I'll have what he's having. So, anyway, David's laughing at me and he's saying, I know 25-year-olds that have less hair than you. And Carlos, I'm pulling a Carlos. Okay? Did you hear any of what I did and why I'm live? Okay? Or should I repeat the whole thing? I'll just repeat the whole thing. I got nothing else to do. I'm sitting here dreaming of strawberries. Okay, so I made a whole video and I had the reverb on, and so I can't use it. I was very sad. I looked at it for 10 minutes trying to will it to be fixed. It doesn't work. So I re-recorded the whole thing and I started editing it, and then I looked at the time and it was like, oh, it's getting close to 10 o'clock. I think I'll just turn the Christmas room on. All the switches. Boom, 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 boom. Like a stadium that lights up, okay? And I went live. So Carlos is saying happy birthday to Louis. Right there. That's what I asked. You guys say happy birthday to Louis. He will eat that up alive, okay? He doesn't have a lot of people to love on him. So it's your job to love on Louis a little bit. So don't shy away. Tell Louis happy birthday. It's safe. You can do that. It's Louis. Okay? Happy birthday, Louis. Louis. Mickey Mouse. Louis. Mickey Mouse. Louis. Okay, forever let us hold our banner high. Okay, back to the question. The question was, the conditioner in the hair with the intention of not rinsing it out. I would not recommend it. There. That's what I want from, I trust David. I love David. Like, I love you guys. But I know David's not going to send me, I know him. We've had phone conversations. Okay. So that's okay. So Carlos is saying, I kind of did one of those, remember? No audio. Yeah, it happens. And you could say, shh, to it happens. There's a bumper sticker. No, David, you're cool. God gave you something that other people don't have. Wait, I know what it is. I know what it is. I didn't put it up. I forgot. How far back is it? But he said, I have more hair than some 25-year-olds. And that's a blessing, believe me. I like that. Roy says Brill Cream. I don't know if that's on the market anymore. Okay. So I like this one. David said, God gave you something that other people don't have. Amen. Thank you. So David has put on his comedy cap. Do you know what that is, Roy? That's a good question for the entire chat. Actually, Roy. Brill Cream? Yes. No, I don't think he meant Brill Cream. I think he meant there's some hair up there. Okay. This is getting funny. So my hair is thinning out. I should show you a picture of me when I was 25. I was so freaking handsome. Now I look at me and I go like, oh my God, that be me. No. Why is that popping up? That's Peter's hair. Okay. So I do have conditioner in it right now, even though you told me not to, but I can't go and hurry up and take a shower and come back. So it is what it is. So I know you're going to help me or tell me what to do to make my hair look R5 ready. Okay. So there we are. So we got 9 people in here. So I've been talking to myself for an hour. Now that I'm ready to go have my freaking strawberries, everybody comes in the room. So make your hello to Louis. I had to check my light. Make sure my light is not on. Okay. David says you kind of have to be conceited thinking about the gifts God gave you. I have to be conceited or concede? Conceited. It's conceited. You spelt it wrong if you meant to be conceited. Okay, but I think I know what you meant. So David is saying, my father used it. I still find it amusing. Brill Cream. You know what my dad used? I could see the jar. It actually makes your hair, makes the gray go away like super slow. and he would put that and use that in as a lotion. But I don't remember the name of that stuff. And that's what Dad used. And no, I don't use that. Otherwise, my hair would not be pure white. Actually, if I wanted to dye my hair, I would just dye it. But, I used to start to use a little bit of dye here and there. But the girls kind of like the gray at my age, But I might shock you and dye my hair and then come up on here. You're going to go, what? 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 You won't even know what to say. How come he's got brown, black hair? What did you do, Peter? I used that, what is it, Just for Men? Is that what it's called? I used to use that stuff. But then I read that unless you use blonde, that the dye is cancer causing. It's carcinogenic. So all the browns, the blacks, and all that causes cancer. And women that you dye their hair all their lives to make it brown and stuff like that, it's carcinogenic. It causes cancer. So, but they said the blonde dye does not. So it's got to be that whatever it is, that bean that they're in, I don't know what it is that makes it brown. That color. So anyway, I stopped dyeing my hair. Doesn't matter. Okay. I forgot where I left off. I'm not even sure what that is, Roy. Oh, the big thing was a commercial. When you have these black and white commercials, David, and it's like, oh, the women like this guy. It's always got a sexual twist to it, and she's running her hair through his hands. So the point is that if you use Brill cream is in a tube, okay, and you put that in your hair, it'll hold your hair, and it won't make your hair stiff like hairspray. So the Brill Cream Man, okay. So that became a grooming product that men used in the 60s and the 70s. You could probably YouTube it, and you'll find an old Brill Cream commercial. I don't even know if it exists anymore, and if it does, I would be surprised. I haven't heard about it for a long time. You better come to my salon. That's what the spider said. Come into my chambers. No, I've seen him in his salon. The boy is talented. He really is. He's very, very, very talented. I'm talking about David, 365 days. It makes it look like you were changing the oil in the car and had an accident. Yeah, it's supposed to be like you don't have anything in your hair. It's probably what Cary Grant used, okay? That's a look. Maybe I'll check it out. Oh, they got all kinds of stuff out now, okay? Peter, the Panasonic is already coloring your hair for you. Thank you. Cigarettes and Brill cream. You got it, David. So you've got it. So that was the big thing. And people would smoke just because. Oh, is that where that comes from? Brill cream. The advertisement, a little dab will do ya. Well, guys don't do little dabs. So it was a blob. And that's why the hair looked greasy. I hope it still doesn't exist. Oh, I hope for your sake, Roy, that it does. I'm gonna go over right now. I'm gonna go to Amazon, and I'm not doing it live, so you can't watch me. So I'm gonna go to Amazon. Amazon, where are you? And then I'm going to search Amazon, and I'm going to put Brill cream. Brill cream. And we'll all know right now. Yep, it's still there. Brill cream, but they change it. They change the spelling. Okay. They're saying it's the original. So it's Brill cream. It's $9.68. Let me see what the comments are. $9. It's dairy free. Who the hell cares? Unscented. Please be aware that unless expressly indicated otherwise, the product packaging may be different than what we're presenting, and it's got 40,000 stars, 4 stars. So There's our answer. It still exists. It's still out there. I should send you a whole package for Christmas. Um, so you don't get your wish, Roy. Wish is rejected. I hope it doesn't exist. No, rejected. It still exists. And David says, I think you're talented, Peter. You're definitely a role model for me. Really? That's surprising to hear. You're typing something in YouTube chat room. It probably still exists. That's true. It's more likely me misspelling it. Brill cream. That's the way it's spelled. The way you just did it right now. So I didn't know that until I just typed it in your way. But it brings back Brill cream. So it does still exist. No, I'm not getting it. I don't want that. Whatever David says, I'm gonna listen to him. I trust him, and that's the end of this. That's what it is. What it is. So the Chia Pet still exists on Amazon too. Remember the Chia Pets? God, that goes back a few years. And Sly says Grecian formula for men. That's what Dad used, and I'll bet it was because it had the word Grecian. We're Greek. That's why, everybody does these things on the Panasonic S5 Mark II, and I get annoyed because I am Greek, and I was talking like this, and it misfocused. And I'm going like, why? Why? A brand new camera. Why would you misfocus? Stop playing with the microphone, Peter. Okay? So, I found out why. It's got eyes on, eyes off, is missing. Sony has it. Okay? I'm not sure how Canon handles it, but Canon, even the newest and bluest of the Canons, do hiccups. Okay? So, Grecian formula. Wow, Sly, you're on the ball there. All right, so Roy says, I guess I can use Brill cream to lubricate the car. I guess you can lubricate a lot of things, Roy. Hint, hint. Anything that still doesn't exist but should. Of all 7 of us, type in this chat room, and it will be back in the world by Christmas. No, that's the wrong story. That's Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell. Everybody clap, and Tinkerbell it'll come back. Okay. All right, boys and girls. I'm going to go eat my strawberries. I hope you could stick something in your mouth. That's a loaded sentence. And it's our Sunday night chat. My 15 minutes of wanting to sing happy birthday to Lewis is 1 hour and 22 minutes. It was a hell of a long birthday song, I gotta tell you. Carlos, the Etch-a-Sketch still... I could never get that thing. You gotta turn them both. I used to fight with it all the time to make it go around. It just goes left, right, up, down. So you gotta turn them both at the same time. Oh, sorry, guys. Etch-a-Sketch, it looked like an iPad, okay? But all it was a magnetic screen with shavings of magnet inside. So you would shake it upside down, and the screen, all the magnets would stick to the screen. And then it had a finger inside that was controlled by 2 dials. And the one dial made it go left and right, and the other dial made it go up and down. Okay, so if you wanted to make a circle, you had to get this talent and ability to turn both dials in just the right way, and I could never win. Okay, I could never win. Loaded potatoes. Not putting that in my hair. Dang, I bet there are crazy Etch-a-Sketch people on YouTube now. Maybe that's a new thing. An Etch-a-Sketch channel. I bet there's some people that are pretty talented. They need to make an Etch-a-Sketch with a joystick. There, we're all going to be multimillionaires like the hula hoop now. An Etch-a-Sketch with a joystick. And you just go around, you draw your stuff. When you push the button on the top, the joystick will have a button. It'll take the head off so you can move somewhere else. And when you release it, boom, it pops up and you can draw on it. Okay. So anyway, That was a good idea. I like that. I bet that toy was good for our brains, or maybe it was good for all of more of either one is cool. All right. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to eat my strawberries. Thank you for saying happy birthday to Louis Lazuka. If you watch this on the reprocessed version where you can leave comments down there, type in happy birthday Louis, Louis. So he gets all these happy birthday messages from us because we love him. We want him to have a happy day, and I don't want him to be sad, and he can be sad. So we don't want Louis to be sad. So on that note, we are going to go out on the Panasonic. Where is my Panasonic? I'm liking that camera more and more. I like it more and 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 more. By the way, my hair does look no tint to it here. Okay, because I had some people say it's giving you a tint of blue, it's giving you a tint of purple, blah, blah, blah. Well, that is the calibration of where each person is. So on the calibrated monitor, it's flat gray. Boom! That's it. Just saying. Just saying. Now I'm saying goodbye. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my family. M-I-C, see you real soon. K-E-Y, why? Because I like you. M-O-U-S-E, Mickey Mouse. Hey, Donald. Mickey Mouse. Hey, Donald. Forever let us hold our banner high. All together now. High, high, high. Okay, that was when I was a boy, and it was the Mickey Mouse Club. That's how they would wear their Mickey Mouse ears, and we would sing that song at the end of the show. Okay, good night, everybody. I'm going to push the button. Push the button. Come on, everybody say, Peter, push the button. Peter, push the button. Peter, push the button. Click your heels and say, Peter, push the button. Peter, push the button. Bye, 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 bye.